Entrepreneurs, business owners, I have a really important question for you. Here it is. What if the limits holding you back in your business are not in your business at all? What if your next level of growth, freedom, and impact in your business is not at all about working harder, but about breaking through mentally, emotionally, performance-wise, and strategically? Well, welcome to the Entrepreneurial Edge, a state-of-the-art business coaching program that I've developed over the last 30 years of coaching business owners and entrepreneurs. It's made millionaires and multimillionaires, and for at least one company, it added a little over 100 million a year to their annual income. This is transformational coaching of the owners and the people making the top decisions at the very highest level.
If you're hitting a plateau, if you're making progress but feel like you've outgrown your current approach, or if you're growing on the outside but feeling burned out on the inside, then you already know how exhausting and frustrating this can be. The endless grind that steals your energy, the late nights spent wrestling with decisions that don't move the needle forward, and the creeping doubt that maybe you're missing something crucial. Every day feels like pushing a boulder uphill, with the constant fear that if you don't find a new way forward, burnout, overwhelm, and stagnation may just become permanent. Your business could grow, but your life feels smaller. And the tension, that link between ambition and exhaustion, can quietly destroy not just your success, but your health, your relationships, and your peace of mind. In fact, after 30 years of running companies, I'm here to tell you that's the single solitary biggest risk of running a business. It's not losing money, it's losing a whole lot more.
For 3 decades, I have modeled the mindsets, strategies, and cognitive syntax, the exact formulas and recipes, as only a professional behavioral modeler can, of high-achieving CEOs, entrepreneurs, internet marketers, decision makers, and even Navy SEALs and extremely high achievers, people doing remarkable things with their mindset and their performance levels.
What I discovered are unique breakthrough patterns and quantum leap strategies that can be taught, installed, and activated by anyone who's ready to get to the next level.
This is not a seminar. This is a system. And it's rooted in NLP mastery and behavioral modeling, along with peak performance psychology that causes real change rapidly and congruently. And one of the things I'm most proud about in the Entrepreneurial Edge is it has helped multiple entrepreneurs to scale their business and grow their business beyond the 7-figure-a-year income level and the 8-figure-a-year income and sales level.
Here's a quick snapshot of the kind of results you can expect. Check this out. This will just take about 1 minute. Here's Dan. When he first started coaching with me, he was 17,000 in the red. And within a few short years, he was earning over $1 million a year in his own company for the first time in his life. He's now coaching with me in 2025 for the 15th year in a row. Dr. Chris, amazing guy. I asked him why he was back for his 3rd set of coaching sessions. He said, well, I made $40,000 in a month. I added $250,000 to my income. That's why I'm back. Tom Tuazzolo, COO of Moretrench, about $140 million a year construction company. I coached him for 11 years until the president of his company sold it to a big conglomerate. The Stanford Executive Program is one of the premier executive coaching programs in the world. They asked me to present on mind and influence and suggestion, which I did, got a standing ovation for about 40 people from all over the world. Paramount Home Entertainment, this was a group of about 40 people from all over the world who flew in. They were a $1 billion a year division of Viacom at that time. They wanted me to help them solve a tough problem. I have a world-class problem-solving pattern that I modeled. George K. Baum asked me to come in and model 3 of their top investment bankers. These are guys just cream of the cream. Model them, codify the model, then train and teach it to their top upcoming bankers, which I did. They invited me back again and again and again because those up-and-coming bankers I was teaching were starting to really mark themselves out from all the other investment bankers. And the list goes on and on. We have so many, hundreds of them, that we now are starting to put them on this website. Here's Scott. I coached him on his presentation. He made $50,000 in a single speech. Blue Green asked me to come in and do a creativity presentation. Then it was so successful, they revamped their whole marketing for their company. I wound up going back dozens of times and did modeling projects for Blue Green. The company added over $100 million a year in just a few short years to their annual income. Toshiba was the 17th largest company in the world when they hired me, and I did a presentation for their sales team. The CEO of Toshiba America came up, about 500 people at Caesar's Palace, and shook my hand. The list goes on and on. Arrow Electronics did $27 billion in sales the last year they hired me. Safelite Auto Glass, top company. I did a knock it out of the park day of time management training because I've modeled all kinds of time management patterns that aren't in any other time management program anywhere. Ted Turner's whole list of ranch managers, and dozens and dozens and dozens of solopreneurs and coaches and speakers and trainers. Just too many to mention. I think we've only put 40 or 50 on this website. We have hundreds more to add, and believe me, in a while there will be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 tabs of references on this website.
Here's a quick snapshot of a few things you can expect to get in this remarkable coaching program, the Entrepreneurial Edge.
This video is meant to give you insights and a look into my Entrepreneurial Edge coaching program so you can decide if it's something that you want to investigate and look into and perhaps even enroll in. So I want to start with, what is it that makes the Entrepreneurial Edge different from any other coaching program? First, I want you to know that this is a completely different approach based on my 30 years of NLP and unique proprietary patterns that I do. They uncover the unconscious patterns that are silently holding you back. It upgrades your internal identity, self-image, and decision-making habits. It will optimize your business across strategy, marketing, sales, scaling, and cash flow. It'll help you lead with more influence without doing it all yourself. It'll help you achieve a level of leverage, getting things done through people, systems, and technology, using world-class patterns I've modeled from some of the top executives in the world. And finally, it'll help you engineer your business to give you more of the life you actually want.
So what's actually included? What do you get in the program? Take a look.
So what's actually included in the Entrepreneurial Edge? First, 10 original breakthrough training modules, 4 months of elite group coaching, 3 private coaching sessions with me personally, where I will utilize your own map of the world, your strengths, and do extraordinary things that you could virtually get in no other coaching program anywhere in the world, because nobody has all the modeled patterns that I've spent years accumulating. It includes videos, audios, and step-by-step templates so you know exactly what to do. It includes suggested action steps and stretch assignments. And it includes a clear, proven roadmap for breakthroughs, both personally and in your business. If you feel this program may be a good fit for you, click the link below right now and schedule your free consultation with me or a member of my team so we can ensure that this program is the perfect fit for you and make sure it'll over-deliver for you and give you results beyond your expectations. Click the link below to get started.
Well, thank you for watching this video so far. And right now, I want to do something in terms of getting into the details a little bit. So I'm going to give you an overview of the 10 powerful modules I've built into this training and coaching program, and that have evolved over the years, and I've tweaked them, honed them. I love teaching these modules. Check this out. I'm going to go through them one by one and give you just a snapshot of what you can expect. These are all powerful coaching modules that create shifts for owners and entrepreneurs.
Module 1 is a one-of-a-kind breakthrough blueprint. What I will do in a special coaching process is reveal to you the unconscious patterns that are outside your own conscious awareness. These are beliefs, assumptions, frames, time frame patterns, self-esteem or self-image patterns, and the list goes on. And these are patterns that are keeping you stuck without you realizing it. It's one of the reasons they create breakthroughs, because if you knew what they were, you would already have addressed them. I use all the years of NLP in a special elegant process to uncover them, and then I offer one of the 170 plus world-class patterns that I've modeled over the years as choices for new patterns you can consider doing in their place. This creates quantum leaps. You will learn how to shift your internal state in entirely new ways. And finally, you'll learn how to apply a breakthrough formula to any business challenge. By the end of this first module, you will know your personal and professional constraints and blind spots, and you'll have new, more resourceful patterns to do in their place. You'll know exactly how to break through those limiting factors that may have been keeping you stuck for years. Without this, you could remain stuck because you're unaware of hidden mental blocks that drain your energy and stall progress, continuing to struggle with the same challenges and frustrations without clear solutions. But once you have these insights, you gain powerful ways to invisible barriers. You just break through them. In fact, they kind of disappear, and you equip yourself with proven tools to reset your mindset and confidence in an entire new way. It creates lasting breakthroughs. In fact, a phrase my students have used over the years is called entrepreneurial momentum. My clients actually begin to experience a flow of continual breakthroughs and quantum leaps. That's what entrepreneurial momentum is.
This first module is the foundation. This is where you'll create your own personal framework for creating personal and professional breakthroughs and quantum leaps that perpetuate through time, that last. My clients have actually called this entrepreneurial momentum, where they get a series of breakthroughs and quantum leaps. And it's all based on this first module, where I'll show you how to set up your own framework so that you're literally engineering your own breakthroughs.
Discover 7 core quantum leap patterns I have modeled from top CEOs, world-class athletes and high achievers, and some extraordinary people. These are like hyper accelerators, and they're proprietary. I mean, you can't find these on YouTube or GPT. They're not in the public domain. They're very specific patterns. They're all included in this module. You'll apply accelerated strategies for decision making, motivation, learning, creativity, all of the major functions, but specifically the ones that you need most. This module will upgrade your thinking to match your next level of success. And you basically walk away with repeatable mental models that spark rapid progress in specific parts of your business.
These are patterns I personally have behaviorally modeled using a 7-step professional behavioral modeling pattern or meta pattern. It took 5 years to learn. 25 is my 30th year doing it. Companies doing hundreds of millions and billions a year. You can check out my my qualifications page and our bio and all those things, and our references page. Literally, companies doing as much as 27 billion a year have hired me to go in and model their top people as a professional behavioral modeler. Some people say I'm one of the foremost behavioral modelers in the world. That may be true. The point I want you to get is that these are patterns you can't get anywhere else. They're my proprietary intellectual property. When you enroll in this program, you get a license to use them for you. We sometimes charge a small fee to add them to your whole team, to actually have the handouts and materials. But you will be able to use these one-of-a-kind patterns. They actually will give you a strategic advantage in your business.
Module 3 is all about identity and inner game optimization. You'll install high-performance identity patterns. These are self-image patterns and self-worth and self-belief patterns that very few entrepreneurs have custom designed and installed. And we'll do it, we'll make them ecological, and they are game changers. You'll be able to eliminate the self-concepts that are likely sabotaging growth. And you'll be able to build mental and emotional resilience at an entirely new level. By the end of this module, you will embody a new mindset, focus, a different level of confidence, and next level entrepreneur identity that you're actually experiencing before it shows up in the physical world. You'll have it on the inside.
I want to ask you something. What would happen if you just literally up-leveled your identity and self-belief as an entrepreneur, as a business owner? If it was 10x, 20x, 50x, I mean, without being egotistical or anything like that, I mean having so much certainty in your capabilities and an entirely new self-image. Remember, the self-image acts like a thermostat. As soon as we get over it, it automatically compensates down. But when you raise the self-image, when we underperform, your subconscious mind will automatically put you into the new self-image. It doesn't want to be outside its comfort zone. The self-image and the patterns in this module are all about creating an incredibly new self-image that can create more sales, better performance, new skill sets, a feeling of confidence like you've never known before in situations where you may want more of that, and doing it ecologically so that it fits into you, your business dream, your lifestyle. This is a game-changing module. Most entrepreneurs will never have the kind of self-image they need to attain the dreams they dream of, but this module is different.
Module 4 is called Language Repatterning for Leaders. In this module, I will help you decode your personal habitual patterns of language and their effects, so you can actually start using transformational language with yourself, your team, and your clients. You'll rewire self-talks to support bold action. This is about learning and practicing an entirely new way of speaking, which of course is also thinking, that aligns with growth, influence, and clarity. Without this language shift, your communication will likely continue to reinforce limiting beliefs, ineffective patterns, and block influence and growth. It's the root cause in many ways of being stuck. Remember, language is the code. It's the language of a computer that programmers change when they really want to change anything big on the computer. The language runs everything. It's the code. Well, it's the same thing with human beings. When you change your language, really change it in incredibly powerful ways, the outside world responds. In this module, you will begin using entirely new, powerful language patterns that will shift you into a transformational mindset, boost your leadership impact, and open entirely new possibilities for action, choices, and a whole new level of success.
Harness the power of unconscious language to shift your goals, your beliefs, your assumptions, and multiple structures. How you organize time, how long you think things are supposed to take. These are all being driven by language that's going on inside your mind and often being spoken. But most of it, almost all of it, is outside your conscious awareness. This is actually where I started many years ago. I listened to my students as a master practitioner in NLP. And I can still remember my first training many years ago, and I would start helping them up-level their language. Well, this is everything from their meta programs to the kind of comparisons they're making, the chunk size. You know, nobody but an NLP master practitioner is tracking all this stuff. I personally track over 100 different things. There are 50 meta programs alone. But to not get too technical, I just want you to see, I've had students tell me and clients in this program tell me they uncovered a pattern of self-talk that was going through their mind since they were in high school, and they suddenly see how it's been disempowering them most of their life. These are like 40-year-old, business owners and entrepreneurs, And just like that, the awareness of the language that was previously outside their awareness instantly up levels their map of the world. That's just to give you a tip of the iceberg. What I do is when I listen in the coaching sessions, I'll point things out. It is so much fun. When I point out language someone else is making and that's not as resourceful as it could be in one of our group coaching sessions online, what happens is people often say, oh, I think I'm saying the same thing. I think I've got a similar belief. And it becomes really fun. We're up-leveling the unconscious patterns that are often the constraints to an entire new you, new self-image, new level of performance, and of course, new capabilities. That means new teams. That means better A players and delegating and leverage and all of these things we deal with as entrepreneurs. The point is, what's keeping you stuck is coded in your language. Language is the code. Remember that.
Module 5 is one of my favorite things to do for business owners and entrepreneurs. I've been doing it for nearly 3 decades. It is unlocking hidden constraints. You know, each one of us has what's called a map of the world. And as a master practitioner in NLP, I track over 100 points in someone's map of the world. No kidding. It just happens over years of practice. The map of the world, your personal map, is what's influencing everything else. From your motivation, learning, creativity, decision-making, leadership, you name it. It's the inside formulas that are creating the results on the outside. But just regular mindset stuff doesn't really go that far in too many cases. This is about really identifying the specific constraints in your internal world. And then they turn into breakthrough patterns, because once we've found the constraint, we can easily create more choices about new ways, new patterns, and so on. Without identifying the hidden obstacles in your own map of the world, I can almost guarantee you'll stay stuck. And it's no fun. It's ongoing frustration, wasted effort, and it's the feeling of no matter what you do, you just can't get to the next level. And yet, the internal personal constraint is literally the thing that's holding back the most other things inside you. And of course, again, it's outside your conscious awareness. So I have several elegant processes for uncovering it. And I've had hundreds of entrepreneurs have these aha moments like, oh my goodness, I didn't even know that was going through my mind. You know, that's been going through my mind since I was in college, one person said. It's amazing what happens. You'll actually identify and eliminate those constraints and unlock a kind of smooth momentum. Once we get a new pattern where the constraint used to be, the new pattern just happens by itself. And again, this is one of the greatest breakthroughs and breakthrough patterns a person could ever do, because technically constraint is the one thing in a system holding the most other things back. So again, most business owners don't have a way to identify their own unconscious constraint. Often in this module, over the years, I will help a business owner or entrepreneur identify their own constraint in their own map of the world, and then also will identify the constraint in their company. And then sometimes we'll drill down to the constraint in their sales, the constraint in their lead generation or marketing or branding, the constraint, in their teams or leadership. Those are secondary and they're phenomenally valuable, but the number one most important one is your own personal hidden constraint. It's generally one or two things. Uncovering them, building up the constraint, putting a new powerful pattern in its place is a game changer.
This is all about pinpointing the internal and external constraints that are keeping you from tapping all kinds of opportunities and potential.
If you feel this program may be a good fit for you, click the link below right now and schedule your free consultation with me or a member of my team so we can ensure that this program is the perfect fit for you and make sure it'll over-deliver for you and give you results beyond your expectations. Click the link below to get started. Module number 6 is called optimizing entrepreneurial time use. You know, in NLP, and this is my 30th year here in March of 2025, teaching and training it at the master practitioner level and applying it to business owners. In NLP, neuro-linguistic programming, we do the most extraordinary things with time I've ever seen done. We use pseudo-orientation in time. Future pacing is from NLP, that very term. We do slowing down time, speeding up time, and I could go on and on. Three-dimensional and multi-dimensional time patterns. In short, what I want to tell you is that this module will change how you do time. But here's what it'll do. I'm going to show you the patterns that extraordinary performers do with their time. They think differently about time. They talk to themselves differently about time. And they have a handful of habits in terms of what they do with their current moment and planning and so on with their time. For more than 25 years, I've taught this in time management trainings for some of the biggest companies in the world. I showed you some of those earlier, and I get rave reviews. It's one of my all-time favorite trainings. Now that I have multiple trainers, I still go in and teach it myself because it's so much fun. But I just want to tell you, in this coaching program, we're going to get into how you organize time, and we're just going to do some amazing things. You'll install new habits, new criteria, new beliefs about time, and I'm going to show you how to do things in entrepreneur time that you've never done before. I can't actually even put into words what can happen when you learn these patterns. Do you know most entrepreneurs you'll ever meet are struggling to find enough time and energy? They're often overwhelmed. They're struggling with life balance because running a business is so challenging. There's so much. You got to get leverage. I could go on and on. You know, I've been running them for years. I think only 8 companies, but you know, it's enough to know, in coaching entrepreneurs, it's enough to know how difficult it is. Well, if you feel overwhelmed, distracted, or trapped in endless paperwork or busy work that drains your energy, you know that this stalls your progress. The truth is, there's a lot of junk out there in and around this. And this module is not your standard time management techniques. Those are just the tip of the iceberg. This is at another level. When you master your time and energy, strategies that maximize your focus and really help you move the needle forward on a regular basis, increase your flow and momentum and your energy, literally getting more done with less, doing the handful of things that make a difference just as a habit. And when you learn to do these things effortlessly, when they become habits, it prevents burnout and it quantum leaps productivity. That has a corresponding incredibly positive effect on your self-image and your self-worth, and of course, your output. It empowers you to lead with more clarity and control because you're in control of your time.
This is all about shifting how you use time, energy, and attention. And it causes people to go from overwhelmed to incredible clarity and focus. This mastery of this area is beyond regular time management. Remember that in NLP, we get three-dimensional and multi-dimensional about time. We literally do slow time, fast time, multi-dimensional time. We use timelines. In fact, the very term future pacing and timeline came from NLP, from the technology of neuro-linguistic programming. And we do things with time. For example, utilizing your personal history. Well, that's a memory in the now, and the future is an imagination in the now. And when we start doing these things, it unlocks limiting patterns. And when you start getting that kind of clarity that is so empowering for us entrepreneurs, man, a lot of things start happening.
Module 7 is a business performance reboot. It's basically a snapshot audit of where your performance is really at, and then we bring in all kinds of pinpointed resources just for you, right where they're needed most. I will teach you 6 business zones critical for scaling, and I'll show you how to scale your business, meaning how to really design it and its systems so that it can sustain exponential growth initiatives without requiring a commensurate amount of resources. That's really the true definition of scaling. You'll start prioritizing improvements in sales, strategy, marketing, and operations. And in this module, you'll learn a special pattern that is called quantum optimization. Basically, I'm going to show you how to start bringing your A game like never before. It is so much fun. Several of the patterns I modeled from Navy SEALs and other world-class achievers I weave in here. And basically, you have no idea how great your A game can become. It's just something that is so remarkable. The fact is, bringing your A game is one of the most fun and powerful things an entrepreneur can do, but most of us struggle with it. So this is a formula for doing so. And it's in the form of a business performance audit and business performance patterns, so you can really measure what really makes your business perform better and what makes you perform at your best.
Diagnose and optimize key areas of your business, and you'll get to an entire new level of operational growth.
Module number 8 is lifestyle-aligned business design. In other words, it's designing, tweaking, and engineering your business so it gives you more and more of your dream lifestyle. I have literally had coaching clients spend half of a 1-hour session where they're paying me thousands of dollars for the session, literally spend 30 minutes of that hour thanking me for this pattern because it's so changed how they go about their business, because now their business is giving them their dream lifestyle. That's always a sign that a module has worked. So this is about defining your dream lifestyle and reverse engineering its structure. I will show you how to shift from time for money into leveraged impact. Part of the Entrepreneurial Edge is the Lifestyle Matrix, a special trademark pattern that I've created that I've used and taught to hundreds of entrepreneurs. I even have one that I created years ago that I modeled from a top executive at Hitachi. And it was a way to live your values and track them. And it's a values dashboard. And I often include that pattern in this module so that you're just living your values. There's almost no greater feeling. And it's a formula for doing it. Without this kind of alignment, what happens is your business controls most of your time and energy. And in fact, this is how most entrepreneurs are living. It leaves them exhausted, disconnected, and not really living the lifestyle they want if they were really honest about it. But when you learn to design your business so it gives you more and more of your dream lifestyle, amazing things happen. It creates a leveraged impact for freedom, and your work starts supporting your dreams instead of draining them.
This one is all about engineering and sculpting and tweaking your business so that it automatically gives you more and more of your dream lifestyle. I have to say, on a personal note, I was lucky years ago. I started running companies over 30 years ago. I've only run 8 companies, started 8 companies. But one of the things I'm most proud of is that early on, I built my first dream company. And it didn't make millions and gazillions of dollars at that time, but what it did was give me my dream lifestyle. And it was so fun and so enjoyable. And I had that feeling of, I'm really getting paid to do this. It was so surprising that I've done it ever since with every business. And about in the middle, somewhere around business 4, I was doing the modeling, and I reverse engineered the process for building a business that gives you your dream lifestyle. And I've done it 8 times in a row, and I have a formula for it. So if your business is burning you out, if it's making you tired, if there's like an empty place, if you're still working and working to get to that place, it's so important to reverse it so your business gives you the lifestyle you want. It flips it, upside down, and it's easier to do than you think.
Module number 9 is all about attaining an entirely new level of leverage. I define leverage as getting things done through people, systems, and technology. Any combination of the 3. In this module, I will teach you a delegating pattern I modeled from a senior executive at the Jet Propulsion Laboratory. He rose from an editor to one of the top project managers at JPL in this big mountain on Pasadena. There were 30,000 people on lab at the time, and I asked him if I could model him. He was kind of very well known on lab as one of the best delegators. He taught me the entire entire system, his language, his beliefs, everything. I've taught this for years to big company teams and executives. It is world class. In fact, I call it a world class delegating system. I'll teach it to you. That's just the tip of the iceberg. You'll identify high impact delegating opportunities. You'll build systems that reduce dependency on you in this module. And in this module, you'll learn how to automate key processes using smart technology. This is your path to building a business that doesn't need you in every decision. Without a new level of leverage, I can almost guarantee you'll feel overwhelmed in your business. In fact, that's a symptom that you need more leverage. It means being stuck in the day-to-day tasks and having your business kind of stagnant or stuck in a loop, as business owners often tell me. The growth feels limited and time and energy, just you can't get enough of them. But when you learn to get leverage, getting things done through people, bringing in a higher level of team, bringing in A players, delegating, bringing in certain kinds of technology that's doable, affordable, and so on, that gives you real maximum impact. And when you really start getting good at this, you automate key processes. You build systems that allow your business to run smoothly and to scale. And it frees you up to focus on what matters most.
If there's a single thing that entrepreneurs need that I see across the board, having coached them for decades, literally thousands, having helped several of them become millionaires in their own business, and helping bigger companies add a lot of annual income, I can tell you that the solopreneurs, if you're trying to go to 7 figures and beyond or 8 figures and beyond, of all the things you can do, get leverage. Start getting things done through people, systems, and technology. Years ago, I modeled a senior executive at the Jet Propulsion Laboratory. There were 30,000 people on lab at the time, and I modeled him because he was known as one of the most phenomenal delegators on lab of 30,000 people. I reverse engineered his language, his syntax, his beliefs. I have it all in a little mini course. Well, these are the kind of patterns you learn in this coaching program. To be able to delegate like that is just one part, getting things done through people. But what a difference it makes to have a delegating pattern on that level. Then we add to it getting things done through people and just the right technology that you need to free you up from being involved in the day-to-day operations. Then you just do the part that you love, because it's your business, or that absolutely nobody else can do, like absolutely critical, until you leverage out of it. So doing the part you love and doing the part that you just have to do at this point in time, that's it. Everything else is outsourced, delegated. There are all kinds of ways to do it, but this becomes a game changer in terms of freeing you up to be financially free, to have more time, less hard work, you enjoy the business. Most entrepreneurs, and if you're really honest, you are probably too involved in the day-to-day operations. And this is an entire model of shifting out into a new role of CEO. Even if you're a solopreneur, you still want to embrace the CEO mindset because it makes such a difference. Because now you're a manager, you're getting things done through others, and your beliefs change. And this identity shift is the first part of this amazing module.
The 10th and final module of the Entrepreneurial Edge is all about integration and personal edge activation. In this module, you'll create a personal quantum leap plan. And by the way, we often do this at the very beginning of the program. We don't wait till the end. You'll reinforce new patterns through daily rituals and habit practices that make them automatic. And we'll map out your next 90 days with a step-by-step plan for implementation. This final module ensures lasting change, and what it does is equip you with the momentum to keep leaping forward long after the program ends.
This is where you bring everything together and activate your next level identity for an entire new level of performance so that the new patterns stick, so that the new identity, the beliefs, this all becomes a norm and it's just kind of the way you go about your business now. Well, I've collected a whole series of patterns over the years. I help entrepreneurs lock in this new level so that it just happens naturally. Integration is one of the things that I involve here, so I call it integration, but it's actually more than that. It's future pacing, making things stick, and making things lock in so that you don't have to do any work. It's run automatically by your subconscious mind, but you do little trigger habits that cause dominoes of effects to happen. There really is an art to locking in patterns and behaviors, and we've got to have that when we're creating a new identity, new levels of performance. You know, it's a big deal when you bring in A players and start having new growth initiatives and taking different risks. It's a big deal. And making these new patterns stick is where it all comes together. They have to be ecological, they have to feel natural, and that's a lot about what this module is for. And by the way, even though I've left it to 10th, we start doing this early on in the training. You can always visit any of these modules in any order. Hope I mentioned that. So it's just really important to have a series of patterns for locking in the patterns, meta patterns, if you will.
If you feel this program may be a good fit for you, click the link below right now and schedule your free consultation with me or a member of my team so we can ensure that this program is the perfect fit for you and make sure it'll over-deliver for you and give you results beyond your expectations. Click the link below to get started.
If you enroll in the Entrepreneurial Edge coaching program, for a limited time, I'm including 3 of my most spectacular bonuses. I am super proud of these. Please watch for a few minutes and just let me detail these. These are off the scale and have been game changers for multiple entrepreneurs. Here they are.
Bonus number 1 is called the Quantum Clarity Toolkit. You know, if there's a single thing that business owners need because they're so busy and often overwhelmed and just have so much to do, it is clarity. And that's easy to say, but to get real clarity on a regular basis is, again, it's a game changer. So this is a guided set of sessions, self-paced clarity accelerator to remove overwhelm and sharpen your focus. I've sold it separately for as much as $5,000. It is yours free when you enroll in this program. This will help you eliminate overwhelm, the feeling of just not being able to catch up. You'll know what to focus on. It's installing the Pareto principle so it just happens automatically. This is one way to quantum leap your own productivity, and I call it the Quantum Clarity Toolkit. This next bonus is one of my all-time favorites. I've been doing this for decades. It's called your Personal Language Vault. What this really is that through the coaching, I can't help but notice your language patterns. I've been a linguist for 3 decades. I've taught the Milton model, the meta model, the language pattern 3, sleight of mouth, and I've invented language patterns. And so I'm really all in on language. And I have trained myself to hear your frames, your assumptions, your scripts, your limiting beliefs, whether they're cause effects or complex equivalents. I mean, I could go on and on. The fact is, you're using language that's stopping you from getting what you want most. Guaranteed. Otherwise, you already have it, because remember, language is the code. So your Personal Language Vault is a set of language patterns, beliefs, assumptions, time frame patterns, things you're doing in your language that are new and empowering. They're the new frames, the new beliefs. They're the go-to language patterns that will replace the limiting language that you're using and have been using without realizing it. Again, this program I've sold separately for $7,500 just as a language training. I've had people fly in and do 3-day weekends where this is all I teach. I decided to include it here. It is yours absolutely free. It's a set of sessions that I do where I'll just literally write down the handful of language patterns that'll make the biggest difference for you, and I'll tell you what they are. Is it a certain frame? Is it a certain direction of attention? Is it a chunk size that you need to learn and use differently because the chunk size you're using is limiting, and on and on. They fall into the category of leadership, delegating, team, and on, anything from project management to, making sales and generating leads. But a lot of times the language that you need to be using is not right there for you. So having your own language vault of the most resourceful language patterns you personally can use is, well, I've had people tell me it's worth its weight in gold. I don't know if that's literally true, but it's one of a kind. It's just for you. It's your personal language vault. Your third bonus is an entire year of access to all of the online materials that I have built and am continuing to add to this coaching program. I have videos, I'm uploading audios, I have special one-of-a-kind templates that only people in my coaching programs get. Several of these proprietary patterns I've mentioned, you'll have downloadable worksheets and templates, and you get access to all of this for a year. So bonus number 3, I decided to put in there, you get all the online materials, it's all included, and these are recorded coaching sessions, special Q&A, I mean the works, and it's for an entire 12 months.
That's a total of $20,250 worth of bonuses, absolutely free. It's all included when you enroll in this program.
If you feel this program may be a good fit for you, click the link below right now and schedule your free consultation with me or a member of my team so we can ensure that this program is the perfect fit for you and make sure it'll over-deliver for you and give you results beyond your expectations. Click the link below to get started. How much is the Entrepreneurial Edge coaching program? What is your investment and what do you get? Let me go over it here for you. You'll see here that regular tuition for the program is $20,000. And for the first time, for a limited time, I'm now offering it for half price. I don't know how long I'm going to do this. It's one payment of $10,000 and you get all the bonuses that I talked about worth over $20,000 plus these things you see on the left here, 10 online training modules, 4 months of weekly elite coaching in group where I'm in there working with you, with individuals, and we're just all in there. It is so dynamic. It is so much fun. And I'm doing patterns and it's me. Sometimes we have optional additional coaching by my team members and they're trained by me personally. So we're offering a lot of coaching. You get 3 one-on-one coaching sessions with me that you need to do in those first 4 months. It's all included. You get access to all the videos and audios. After 4 months, the coaching sessions go away and you have to get them in there within those 3 months. And after the 3 months, you get access, as you know, for an entire year to all the videos and all the online resources. However, there's an additional fee if you want to continue getting live coaching sessions with me and with group, and we offer different packages for that. So this is a 4-month get in there quantum leap. We have a 90-day burn in there plus an extra month. So you'll get suggested action steps, you get suggested assignments and stretch assignments. I do regular Q&A, and you already know you get proprietary templates for all kinds of world-class modeled patterns that are not available in any other coaching program anywhere in the world because I've personally modeled them and they're my proprietary patterns. With all that said, I want to show you that there are a couple different ways to pay for this, to make the investment. So you can do one payment of $10,000, or you'll see over here on the right, 12 monthly payments of $1,000. So it's a little bit more, but for many people, I have a lot of coaching students who choose to do it monthly and they pay for the program many times over and do it repeatedly year after year. Remember, I showed you some coaching students that have been with me 11 years, 12 years, I have 8 years. I have one client that actually hired me 21 years in a row, Cal State Long Beach, but it was not for coaching, it was for a presentation I did. But I just want to mention it here. You can't get asked back 21 years in a row without seriously over delivering, right? So, it's 12 monthly payments of $1,000. I'd like you to please click on the green button if you want to take the next step. If you feel like this may be a good fit for you, click on the button that says, let's make certain this program is right for you. Fill out the quick form, should take less than 10 minutes, and either I personally will reach out to you or one of my team members will. And we'll basically listen to you talk about your business. We're really always curious what's going on, where are you at, where are your strengths, and we actually have like a free consultation and we want to learn about you and your business. It's all confidential. And then we really just want to know, is this program a great fit for you? If it is not, we will tell you so. If it is, we will tell you what's in the program, why it's a good fit for you, what you get, what you don't get, and we'll answer any questions you have. Basically, this is the way to get started. So if you're ready, click on the green button. Let's make certain this program's right for you. Let's spend a little bit of time. There's no cost for doing this, and it's not a big sales pitch. It's much more like consultative selling where, we're a resource in consulting for you. We want you to be sure this is a great fit. We know the program, and we're going to make sure that this will really over-deliver for you. We don't want anyone in the program that isn't going to get many times more their investment. My personal commitment is 10 times what you invest at a minimum. That's what I'm going for. I can't promise that because obviously you have to get in there and commit to putting some time and energy into the program, but I give it 100%. The last thing I want to say is thank you for watching this video. And I want to particularly tell you that this is my single longest running, probably my most powerful coaching program that I've been doing for so long and honed all of the coaching processes. I pour them in here, and it's all about quantum leaping you personally as the owner of your business and your business processes and your business itself so that it can scale, grow exponentially to whatever level you want without requiring a commensurate amount of resources. So thank you for listening. Click on the green button, and I'm Alexander Van Buren, and I'll see you inside the course.